Good boy. Good boy.
Hi folks, welcome to the 6th season of Bird Dogs Afield. Pretty exciting for me. The last 5 years have gone by very quickly. We've traveled all over the country. We've seen some great dog work. We've had a lot of fun. This is a new season and we've got a lot of fun ahead.
Well, look at you, Paul Fuller. Don't you look like a cowpoke from the West?
Well, Susan, you know, we all grow up as boys wanting to be cowboys. So this is my one opportunity to dress like a cowboy, because you know where we've just been.
I sure do. And who wouldn't get excited about hunting the beautiful prairies of Montana?
That's right, folks. We've returned from a great trip to Montana. It's been 4 years since we've been there, but we love Montana. Great hunting. We really enjoy that trip a lot.
Bird Dogs Afield, presented by Native Performance Dog Food, providing performance diets for the canine athlete, and brought to you in part by RST, manufacturers of short chamber, low pressure shot shells. Mud River Dog Products, fundamentally changing the expectations of the hunter and dog enthusiast. Pete Shoe Dryer, helping to start every hunting day with more comfort. Wooden Stream, outdoor footwear handcrafted by Weinbrenner Shoe Company, with 60 years of tradition and available at Orvis, Cabela's, and your favorite outdoor sporting store. And Canine Active, providing safe, non-toxic pain relief for your dog.
We're going to start our Montana adventure hunting one morning with Roy Poole of Roy's Setters. Roy's from Arizona. He's always got top-notch dogs, and we really enjoy visiting with Roy. I'm going to be on the camera, so it'll just be Roy hunting in his 3 setters. And then after that, you'll join Susan and me and our 2 short hairs, Dina and Dylan, out in the prairie.
Okay, we're going to hunt 3 dogs today. They're all, come on Willie, Willie. This is Willie. They're all litter mates. They're 8-year-old English setters. They're all grouse ridge and long gone dogs, so you're familiar with that breeding. They're from the east originally, and they're all pretty good dogs. They hunt more than 100 days a year, every year of their lives, so they know what they're doing. This one is Lucy. Let's see, there's her collar. And this is Maggie. Maggie's my shortest runner. I like to, I always hunt with 3 dogs. 1 wide runner, a medium runner, and a shorter or closer ranger. So Maggie, the little dog over there, is she's my shortest dog. Willie's the widest, and Lucy is about medium. So I'm going to lock up my compartments for my other dogs so nobody makes off with them, and then we'll be good to go. But I like this place because it's native prairie, and I think you can find grouse anywhere in CRP and other artificial habitats, but this is native prairie and this is where they evolved, and so I enjoy it, and I think the grouse like it, and we'll see if we find any today. Those are snowberries. They grow in little low-growing thickets, no taller than what you see, and these berries aren't quite ripe yet because they'll get snow white, and that's why they're called snowberries. But the grouse eat them, and the Huns eat them, and you know, it's a native food source for them. And you'll also see around here widely scattered, but we have low-growing roses that have red rose hips. You'll see them from time to time, and we usually find them in grouse crops too. The young grouse right now are just eating grasshoppers. but the old ones, they feed on purely vegetation, these berries.
There's a beautiful point right here. Looking good, Maggie. Let's hope that bird holds. We've had several points, and the birds have flushed wild before we could get there.
Just around my neck so I don't drop it. All right, let's see if we can get a bird.
You saw the bird?
It's unproductive.
No, the bird just flushed.
A bird did flush?
Oh yeah.
A nice point by Maggie, and she had a bird right in front of her, but I thought the bird was farther upwind, and I passed right in front of her and then started walking into the wind, and the bird got up behind me, and I never saw it or heard it or anything. You know, if Paul hadn't told me that the bird flushed, I just would have assumed that it was an unproductive.
Folks, a quick break for our sponsors. We'll be right back with more Bird Dogs Afield.
Hi friends. You know, we have an unconditional bond with our canine athlete friend. That bond is built upon respect. Reward that respect with a premium dog food. My Choice is native. It has no fillers, no soy, no wheat, no corn, no preservatives. It comes in 4 levels of fat and protein to meet the stress and activity level for your dog. Make the switch today. Native performance dog food. Your dog will be happy, and so will you.
The hardest thing for me is carrying all the water for the dogs. You know, I always hunt at least 3. I've been hunting 5 together, so my pack at times weighs 30 pounds with all the water I carry. But when you're out of water, you're done, you know, with setters, particularly in the early season when it often is so warm. Grouse like these hilltops because it's always drier on top of the hill, and the grass is shorter, and soil is usually poorer, which makes for a shorter cover. And grouse like to be able to see approaching danger. So you won't really find them in heavy cover where you'll find pheasants. They're always in light grass like this, which makes it easy for us to walk through, and but sometimes hard to approach a grouse, you know, because they can see you from a long ways. You'll notice these dogs all have Astro collars on. They combine GPS technology with a radio, and they communicate to my handheld unit, so I always know where the dog is and how far away it is, and whether it's on point or running. And it's, in my opinion, the greatest innovation for bird dog owners ever invented, because it takes all the anxiety out of, you know, where is my dog? You know, is my dog getting close to a road, or is what's he doing, or have I lost my dog on point? And we've all had bells, and bells are good until the dog points, and then they go silent, you know. And beepers to me are an abomination. They sound like a garbage truck backing up. And with my poor hearing, a windy day like this, if the dogs were downwind, I don't hear them at all with beepers or bells. So an Astro out here has a range of a little over a mile, and you always know where your dog is, and you always know what your dog's doing. So it's the greatest thing going, in my opinion.
All right, look at this. We've got a honor here, and then way down over the hill, we've got the point. It's a beautiful thing. All right, the pointing dog is relocated. Maybe that bird flushed on us.
Yeah.
Before we got over.
This is where Willie was pointing a while when we were way down in the
Yeah.
valley there. So this bird may have already gone. let me say again, the dogs are descended from Long Gone George, a New Hampshire dog, where you're from, and Grouse Ridge Roy, both super famous champions, wonderful dogs. And I couldn't be happier with these three, and their mother that I have back at my motorhome. There it goes.
Yeah. Well, we had a nice point there, and but the bird wouldn't hold for us.
Yeah, that happens in places where the birds have been pressured, and this place gets hunted a lot. They'll usually hold to a point, and we could have sat down back there, and the bird would have held there for a half hour or more, just to the point, but as soon as he saw us approaching, he was gone. Grouse like to come out in these alfalfa fields and feed on grasshoppers. The adult grouse eat the buds and leaves of the alfalfa, and the juveniles are feeding on grasshoppers. In a cold morning like this, the grasshoppers aren't moving too much, so they're easy to catch.
This is a nice grouse roost right here.
Well, one thing that we just saw is very typical of grouse. When a covey gets up, there's usually a late bird or two, and there were two birds in here. We just didn't get particularly good dog work on. Well, the one that Maggie pointed over there got up too far, and then Lucy bumped this last one.
Folks, a quick break for our sponsors. We'll be right back with more Bird Dogs Afield.
If you walk a mile, your best hunting buddy runs 3. High Performance Breeds Canine Active sustains high performance. It's specially formulated for dogs with regimens of extensive and vigorous activities. Canine Active is safe, non-toxic pain reliever and anti-inflammatory. It facilitates maximum mobility, naturally supports muscle and joint health, and reduces lactic acid buildup. Order your Canine Active today at www.canineactive.com.
Hi folks, you know, we walk miles and miles when we hunt and train our dogs. You need good footwear. This is the new Flyway series from Wood and Stream. You need to check it out. It's lightweight, it has a removable polyurethane footbed, it has a rubber insole. This is an outstanding boot, and it comes from Weinbrenner. They have a reputation of over 50 years of outstanding footwear. Check it out, Wooden Stream Flyway Series. You have 2 down?
No, just 2.
Oh.
Here go 2 more.
Remember what they say. Always be ready.
He doesn't retrieve. He lets Willie do it.
Nice shooting, Roy.
Well, that time we had a chance.
Yeah.
Smokes. We have one down over there. I got to get Willie here. He's my best dead bird finder. There it is, a young bird.
Good shooting. Good dog work.
Well, it's about time we had some birds that finally let us get close.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, you just hunted 2 sections of native prairie here, and although we saw probably between 40 and 50 grouse, 99.9% of the prairie has nothing in it, no birds. And it's the dog's job, of course, to find that 1/10 of 1% of the prairie that's actually occupied by birds. And to do that, a dog has to cover a lot of ground, a lot of ground. A dog that is right in front of you might find some birds, but boy, you're going to do a lot of walking with a dog like that in a place like this. So the best dogs are the dogs that really get out there and really run. And if it bothers you to have your dog out of sight for a large period of time, then I'd say get yourself an Astro, and then you always know where your dog is. I have no trouble. Sometimes I run all my dogs, all 9 of them, together. And as long as they all have Astro collars on, I know where each dog is and what they're doing. But to be successful and minimize the huge amount of ground that you personally have to cover, let your dog do the running.
I want to thank Roy for spending the morning with us. He's a great guy. He's one of the most knowledgeable upland hunters I've ever met. He always has good dogs. He's a lot of fun to hunt with. Thanks, Roy.
Okay, Paul, so let's go hunting.
All right, I'm ready. We will be hunting with, as we mentioned earlier, Dina and Dylan, our 2 short hairs. We don't have a cameraman on this trip. It's really a vacation for Susan and me. We just love to go out to Montana. So a lot of the footage you're going to see here was taken just with a Chess GoPro camera, but we got some good stuff. We found some birds. We had some fun. We'll have a good time. Point. Whoa. 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 Super. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, she stole the retrieve. Thank you. Your dog stole the retrieve. Yeah. All right. That's our first Sharptail for this morning. Had some nice action.
Yeah.
Nice find and point by Dylan.
And good shooting by Paul. Here you go.
Okay.
Well, so what you saw was the old boy Dylan on point, and Paul didn't get a flush, so he released him. And then, of course, the bird flushes, and Dylan chases, which he's not supposed to do, but guess we all need to have some fun.
That's right, Susan. He did chase. He's not supposed to chase. I think it's the excitement of those birds. They make a lot of noise, but we'll try to correct that.
The laughing grouse.
All right, Dylan, right here. Good job. Come on, boy.
Come here.
You had to track that bird, didn't you?
So in this next sequence, Dina holds her point for a covey of about 7 sharptails. She did some very fine work there. Unfortunately, my shooting is less than mediocre, so we didn't pull it all together, but Dina did some good work.
Oh, Susan, I've seen you do some very nice shooting, so don't downgrade yourself.
Well, not that time, but thank you.
In this next sequence, you're going to see me pull up on a flush, but Susan is just downrange. She just had that covey flush, so I pull down. I don't shoot. This is for safety reasons. Boy, that was some nice dog work there, dear. She stayed steady. How many birds? 6, 7 in that?
7.
Could always be another bird.
Well, I'm not loaded yet, so I hope you are.
I'm ready. Could still be more birds.
Get up there because I'm not ready still. Nothing my head there.
Well, darling, that's the best work I've seen yet on these birds, especially out of her.
Yep.
Boy, she nailed that covey. She stayed steady to wing and shot.
Yep.
I didn't have the camera on, and Susan was way up ahead of me. She had this nice point from Dina in a flush. She shot this bird and calls Dina in for the retrieve, and that all we got was the fetch part of it, but it's kind of fun to watch too. Come on, fetch. Fetch up, dead bird. Fetch it up here. Oh, Dina found it. All right, girl. Fetch it up, dead bird. Fetch it up.
Good girl.
Good girl. All right.
Dina, come.
All right, deliver to your mother. Atta girl.
Dina, come.
Atta girl.
Dina, come.
That a girl. That a good girl. There was another bird down there. Another giant rabbit. That's the biggest rabbit I've ever seen in my life. That thing weighed 10 pounds. Oh, look at this path down through here. I wonder if this is a deer path.
Folks, a quick break for our sponsors. We'll be right back with more Bird Dogs Afield.
Hi friends. Wet boots? No problem. Use a peach shoe dryer. The next day you'll be dry and comfortable all day long. Hi folks. You know, we spend a lot of money on our dogs, on our guns, on our travel. Sometimes we overlook our shot shell, and that delivers the payload, you know. RST is my choice. It's a premium shell, high performance, low pressure. Check it out today. This is the shell you want this fall. RST shot shells.
So in the afternoon, we discovered an abandoned farmhouse and barn that had quite an extensive orchard that had been cultivated at one point in time, primarily plum trees. And it appeared that nobody had been in there yet in the season.
Well, that's right, and it looked awful inviting, so we decided to give it a try. And we walked down the orchard. It had plenty of pheasants and white-tailed deer. In fact, the deer were pouring out the far end of the orchard, but no sharptails or huns. So it was fun, and we eventually end up in an old homestead, which is good. she's on a McCormick new Big 4, ready to mow some fields.
Oh boy.
Does the brake work?
I don't know. You know, it just might.
Only in Montana.
Here's the old home. And here's the outhouse. And the garage. Well, the garage has seen better days.
And then the barn is down here.
Yeah.
Here's the home that they lived in, out on the prairie. Is there a welcome home sign?
No, 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 no welcome home.
I just want to mention, when we're in Montana, we go to Plentywood. And when we're in Plentywood, we stay at the Shearwood Inn. We're going to have just a short chat with the manager of the Shearwood Inn. We love that place. It's just a wonderful place to stay for the bird hunter.
Hi folks, you know, this is our second visit to Plentywood, Montana. We just love this area. When we come to Plentywood, we stay at the Shearwood Inn. It's just a fabulous place. They know how to take care of bird hunters. We're here with Megan, the manager. Tell us a little bit about the motel hotel.
Yes, well, the motel was built in 1979 and we've been doing upgrades ever since. We're mainly comprised of 3 buildings, and just recently in 2012 we built a 16-unit single rooms called the Nottingham. And we're mainly, as we mentioned before, our biggest season is opening pheasant, and we welcome all types of bird hunters, and it's one of our biggest parts of the year. So we're excited for this new year.
Well, also, they have a great bird cleaning room. Boy, that's fully set up to clean your birds. They have kennels for the dogs. Accommodations right around the hotel include a restaurant, diner. Everything is here for you. Come to Plentywood, stay at the Shearwood Inn. Megan will take good care of you.
Yes, we will.
Well, folks, that's our 2014 Montana Prairie Hunt. Folks, put it on your bucket list if you haven't done it. The prairies are a wonderful place. You get to dress up like a cowboy dude, put your cowboy boots on, have a lot of fun. It's just a great trip.
That's right, Paul. Everybody should try the prairies at least once in a lifetime. Hope you get there.
Bird Dogs Afield, presented by Native Performance Dog Food, and brought to you in part by RST Shot Shells, Mud River Dog Products, Pete Shoe Dryer, Wooden Stream Outdoor Footwear, and Canine Active.